The Simpsons predicted it again, from mass-face computers in Springfield to self-driving cars leaving drivers completely clueless. Is our reality just mirroring a cartoon?
When fans saw this episode a few years ago, they laughed and thought it was just a sci-fi joke. Today, if you walk down the street, this is our everyday reality. The Simpsons predicted the future of technology once again, with a level of accuracy that is becoming truly terrifying. But forget everything that has happened so far. What they left hidden in the episodes about the year 2026 is far more disturbing. From the disappearance of physical cash predicted in Springfield, to the bizarre details connected to total control and the elite symbols everyone overlooked. In the next few minutes, we decode the hidden message you were never supposed to notice, because the clock has already started ticking. When Apple launched the Vision Pro, the internet exploded. But while the rest of the world saw a funny coincidence, we see predictive programming carried out with cold precision. In the scenes from Springfield, the characters are not just using technology. They become isolated, absent, almost possessed by their own virtual reality. Springfield did not become more advanced. It became more blind. People can no longer tell what is real and what is simulation, exactly like Plato's cave, which we talked about in a previous video. Many of you pointed out a disturbing detail in the comments. This technology is, in essence, the physical implementation of the all-seeing eye. You are not looking through the glasses. The system is looking through you. It is a false reality that steals your attention and controls your perception. The show reveals how, under the pretext of entertainment, we willingly accept total surveillance. The screen has become our new prison, and we have been convinced to wear the key right on our face. We move from illusion straight to the wallet. In recent months, there has been endless talk about the great economic reset and the gradual elimination of cash. But Springfield showed us this many years ago. In one famous episode, physical money disappears completely, replaced by phone payments or even fingerprint scans. When the system crashes, the city falls into chaos, but order is restored through even stricter control. Here is the part that should really make you think. In these scenarios, access to resources is no longer a right, but a monitored privilege. If your social score drops, or if you disturb the system with your opinions, the algorithm instantly blocks your ability to buy even a loaf of bread. Many of you noticed in the comments section the connection between these predictions and the new digital ID systems being tested globally. This is no longer just a joke from a cartoon. It is the exact economic architecture of the Great Reset, a society where you own nothing, and your freedom depends on a green light on a screen. Could 2026 be the year this digital switch becomes our official reality? This is where we enter the territory of heavy symbolism. On our channel, The Hidden Order, we have analyzed many times the rituals of the elite and the bizarre meaning of red shoes, used as a code of recognition in the darkest circles of power. Did you think The Simpsons missed this detail? Not at all. In fact, they exposed it right in front of our eyes. Look closely at the episodes where the characters at the top of the pyramid appear, such as the billionaire Mr. Burns or the shadowy leaders of Springfield. From secret lodges like the Stonecutters, which is an obvious parody of Masonic societies, to the private parties of the elite in the series, this clothing detail appears subtly, but with a frequency that defies coincidence. But why red shoes? As many of you pointed out in the comments on our video about red shoes and secret societies, this symbol has historically been linked to sacrifice and to belonging to a caste that sees itself as above the law. In The Simpsons, we often see characters from high society wearing this color precisely in moments when decisions are being made that affect the masses. It is not a random choice by the animators. In a world of animation where every pixel is checked, the presence of this symbol is a signature. It is their way of telling us that the same rules and the same hierarchies we investigate in real life also govern the universe of Springfield. It is a validation of the idea that the show is not just entertainment, but a mirror of the system we live in. The question remains, if they got the symbols right, how accurate is their timeline for what comes next? And now we arrive at the central piece of this dark puzzle. What is really waiting for us in the autumn of this year? If we carefully analyze the future episodes of The Simpsons, we start to notice a pattern that sends chills down your spine. There are scenes where world maps in the background appear dramatically altered, with borders that did not exist at the time the episodes aired, but now seem to be taking shape through the conflicts we see daily in the news. But this is not only about politics. We see scenes of a major health crisis, where hospitals are overwhelmed and the population is controlled through giant screens. Even more disturbing are those bizarre moments when the clock in the center of Springfield simply stops at one exact time, suggesting a blackout, a total technological collapse that could reset the entire society. The phenomenon behind these coincidences is called predictive programming. And this is where we have to ask the essential question: why would they do it? Why would the elites, this modern Roman Empire that rules the world, leave clues inside a cartoon? The answer is disturbing. They are not warning us out of kindness or because they want to save us. They use pop culture to mentally prepare us. It is a process of desensitization. When your mind sees an apocalyptic scenario on television, repeated as a joke for 20 years, then when it happens in real life, your defense mechanism has already been neutralized. You no longer react with outrage, but with cold resignation. You think, I've seen this somewhere before. It was expected. And that resignation is their final victory. In your comments, many of you noticed how today's reality feels like a script that was written in advance. This preparation of the masses makes the Great Reset of 2026 arrive not with resistance, but with the acceptance of a destiny that has been served to us drop by drop, night after night, through our screens. If their clock stops in 2026, what are we prepared to lose with it? Before we end, we have to look at one detail many people consider meaningless: the opening sequence of the show. Have you ever wondered why, for decades, the price on the cash register when Maggie is scanned seemed like a coded message? In the early seasons, it was connected to the average cost of raising a child, but in more recent versions, the numbers appear to shift depending on the agenda of the day. This shows us that the producers leave nothing to chance. Everything from the drawings on Bart's chalkboard to the characters appearing in the background of news scenes is part of a continuous stream of data. As many of you discussed in the comment section of our video about the mysteries of the elite, we are bombarded with symbols, even when we think we are relaxing. It is not just a cartoon. It is a user manual for the future, written in a language that only those who have eyes to see can decode. And the year 2026 seems to be the final chapter of that manual. But the purpose of this analysis is not to let ourselves be overwhelmed by fear. Fear is their favorite tool, the one that blocks our reason and makes us vulnerable to the changes that are coming. On this channel, The Hidden Order, we have learned that true power lies in awareness. When you understand the rules of the game and begin to see the invisible threads connecting a cartoon to the global agenda, you can no longer be manipulated so easily. You become an observer, not a victim. Together, we have seen how elite symbolism, predictive programming, and economic control are hidden in plain sight. But the decoding process does not stop here. Our community has always been incredibly sharp when it comes to noticing the details the rest of the world ignores. In the comments from our previous videos, I have seen your analyses about QR codes, sound frequencies, and subliminal messages appearing in the background of scenes from Springfield. That is why this investigation continues with you. What other clues have you noticed hidden, maybe even in the most recent seasons? Is there a detail, a line, or a symbol that made you stop and think? Leave your observations below in the comment section. Let's assemble this complex puzzle together, because your voice is what brings light into the hidden order. Do not forget to share this video with those who still believe everything is just a coincidence. Until next time, stay vigilant, keep your mind free, and always look beyond the screen.